Yes, welcome everyone back here. The Dandy Dong here, of course, the Moreton VYC women, of course, getting out in round one between the Knox Raiders and the Waverley Falcons. And looking forward in today's coverage. We'll tell her here in the commentary seat for you today. And joining me is Falcons TV's very own Andrew Seabrook joining us right now.
G'day, Will. How are you going?
Good, yourself?
Yeah, not bad. It's going to be the first game of a very long weekend for us here. There's 4 games today, I think it is, and 4 games tomorrow here from Court 1. So we hope that people have had the chance to jump online and check us out both on Smash FM and on Falcons TV.
And fun enough, it is the defending champs against the Waverley Falcons. Of course, great to see Team Cunningham, Carly Mirovic and Talia Higgs from Waverley just turned up here at the venue, which is fantastic to see. And we're underway. Well, we're going to be underway, and the possession arrow is going to the left of your radio dials or your TV screens, and that means it goes to Knox. Knox heading towards the scoreboard end or Monash Freeway end, and it is Taylor Lee to get us underway. Gives across now to Lucas, drives to the basket and count the basket and the foul there. Great start for the defending champs. And they lead 2-0. And Abby Lloyd has got a foul. So that was Bet Ott, of course, was our actually MVP in the grand final series. And Banks the bonus. So 3-0 lead to Knox Raiders over the Waverley Falcons. And a turnover here on the backcourt. Ott, and unfortunately turns it over there. Lloyd picks up the rebound here for the Waverley Falcons. And here they come up the court here. Bounce passes down to the top now. Chance here for Waverley. Here's a 3 on the way for Dean Short. Rebound now by Bet Ott. And she passes to her captain in Taylor Lee, who was the grand final MVP in that Knox win over Bull Lane last season. Lee goes back to Ott on a 1-2, and it got to the best possible start and leads 5-0. Waverley now coming out of their backcourt. Almost turned it over. Dean's got it there for Waverley. Back to the right side. What can they do? As it drives about Walton, back now to the top is Lloyd. Now to Marie Nicholas on the far side and rolls in and out. And out it goes. Scrappy start by both teams, especially for Waverley.
Yeah, it certainly is. Look, it's a very young Waverley team as well, so they've lost a couple of the players that have been with them for a number of years, and they're blooding quite a few kids coming up from the under-18s as well.
Here's a 3 on the way, short that time there by Fisher, because played a great role in Knox's success last season, as McCallum Miller drives to the basket and banks it home. And of course McCallum Miller has had a reasonably good season the last couple of seasons in Waverley, and of course you know her from coaching yourself.
Yeah, so I've coached her for quite a number of years. I'd like to claim all her skills are mine, but she works very hard at it herself. And she's had a number of good coaches along the way.
So here's a 3 on the way there by Dean, well short, and rebound by Bet Ott. 5-2 score here. We're just underway. 2 minutes has elapsed in this round 1 clash. We'll keep you updated with the other scores, of course, going on at the moment. Of course, that is being played on the other court, VYC men clash between Sherbrooke and Frankston. So, short them at the moment. What can they do? Back to the top now, right side. Up, misses, and banks it over at the end. So, and out it goes this time, and it goes back to the Knox Raiders. Hopefully enjoying our coverage here on Falcons TV and on Smash FM. Taylor Lee brings it up for the Knox Raiders. Gives it to Ott, back to Lee on the right side. 8 on the shot clock. Here's a 2 on the way. Banks it home there by Sophie Alagakis, and the margin now is 7-4. Dean now for Waverley. Drives around the baseline. Up and under, no good. Rebound now. Got blocked for fat there. Fisher to Ott. Ott back now to Agadis and banks it on off the glass, and it's a 9-4 lead. And Knott's running no cylinders at the moment in his early stage. Here's Lloyd, short, and a foul's been called, and I think that's on Lloyd. That's her second. And Andrew, I believe that obviously Abby Lloyd is playing in today's game, but according to, of course, when I spoke to her a couple of weeks ago in the pre-season tournament, sorry, not the pre-season tournament, the pre-season out at Waverley, that she'll be playing in the seniors for pretty much the rest of the year.
Yeah, I don't know what, I haven't seen what the composition of their squad is. I know that there's a couple of kids that are not here with us this weekend, and a couple that have got injuries. There's another foul coming up on the Falcons, and Brendan Gordon, the coach, will not be happy with that.
Now, of course, it's not easy taking on the defending champs on any game, especially Knots, because Knots haven't got a Siebel team this season, so they're going to be a full-strength team right through. So, 9-4 lead. This is probably a reasonable start for Waverley at this stage.
Yeah, look, I think if Waverley can keep it within 2 or 3 goals, and stick that out for the rest of the game, that's probably all that they could expect to get out of this game this weekend.
That banks the 2. And on the buzzer, it's 11-4. Waverley. Nice to play in a full court press at the moment, and it's worked so far, and a foul's been called against Waverley, and that's their 14th foul in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's on McInnes.
So if you're in the area, you can get down here to the stadium, because or if you can't make it, you can always watch our coverage here. We're going to be right through today and tomorrow, as Lee misses off and a foul against Knox. That's their first team foul. And Knox just starting to go on all guns at the moment. Looks like they're going to call timeout here, Waverley it is. So Brendan Gordon has sort of had enough of what he's seen, and he's going to call a timeout with his team down 11-4 on the Watson Hole HSB Bundoora scoreboard here. 11-4 here at the tournaments, and Andrew, great to see some familiar faces around here at the traps here, especially down at Waverley. I can see Tegan and Carly, of course, just coming back from their WNBL commitments.
Yeah, so it's really nice to see them coming and supporting the younger players as well, which is great, and hopefully the injection of Carly into the squad will give the champ women a really competitive team again this season. But it's not just there. We've got Matt Shanahan from Knox is along supporting his guys as well. So there's quite a few well-known faces in the crowd.
Correct.
Small crowd at the moment, but it should build as we get through the day.
In VYC men, which is played on the other court, Andrew, Sherbrooke leading that game 6-3 with 7:09 remaining in the first quarter. So good start by Sherbrooke, and they did very well in the final series. Unfortunately, they got knocked out in the first week of the final by Kilso, which ended their 9-game winning streak.
And they're playing a Frankston team. I don't think that's the Siebel squad, though, although it may have a few of the Siebel guys there.
Jack Gaze is playing, so that means, which we saw him at Western Port in the CBL. Yep. Did very well in that.
So I think that's primarily their youth league squad, with Jack Gaze and a couple of others in there as well.
Great to see, of course, Sherbrooke, coached by Rob Roberts, who sure he actually won Coach of the Year actually last season, which would have been well deserved. As Waverley with the ball, Miller now to Curtis, it drives to the basket, back up to the top. Here's the 2 on the way, short that time by Pedro, and off they go down the other end. It's Lee with the ball. Of course, the captain of the team now, and out it goes. I'll tell you what, Andrew, Knox going to be very tough to beat, especially when they haven't got a Seabull team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see the association actually sort of picking itself up after all the travails that they've had. And there seems to be a good vibe around the club. Certainly, I'm very impressed. I was out at the State Basketball Centre yesterday and was really impressed with the little changes that they've actually made to the stadium.
It's great to see. And, of course, I also got confirmation, Andrew, that the Knox Raiders youth league teams, of course, that's the only senior teams at the moment, as we'll just back off from what I just said just before. Ott banks on the basket, again on the buzzer beater. And as I was just going back to it, Knox will be playing all the VYC games at the old Baronia Stadium. So out there at the Knox Basketball Stadium in Baronia for the rest of the Big V season. As Lee picks up there, because that's a great stadium to go to, actually.
Yeah, but it's an interesting decision there.
So here's a chance here for 2 on the way here by Rourke. Banks it home, of course. Rourke had an injury in the final series. Couldn't play at the grand final or, well, pretty much all the final series. With I think it was an arm injury there. A shoulder injury, I meant to say. So Waverley with the ball. 13-4, 4:09 remain here in the opening quarter. We'll keep you updated how the VYC men game's panning over in the other court. Miller. Now to Pedro on the far side. Back to the top, here's Walton. Down the baseline, double team, passes out now. Here's the 2 on the way for Waverley. No, short. Almost got another rebound there. And as they go back to Walton, right side, drives to the basket and banks it home. So Waverley has put their total up to 6 at 15 to Knox. Watson on H3 Bundoora scoreboard. Hopefully enjoying our coverage here on Smash FM and Falcons TV. So Thompson, back to the right, Ott. Swings to Lee. Lee drives. Goes back to Ott. Oh.
Great basket there. That was really beautifully crafted. They knew exactly what they were doing.
And they almost got to count the basket in there too. And either way, they're going to go to the... is that 5 on Waverley? It is. So that's 2 shots. And I tell you what, though, Andrew, Bet Ott and Taylor Lee in that 1-2 punch there has destroyed Waverley so far.
Yeah, they certainly have.
Missed the first free throw. And missed the second. So that's the first miss out of first 2 misses at the free throw line of the season. Of course, coming up next on this court is all about the Dandenong Rangers and Hawthorn Magic in VYC men up next. And on the other court, Frankston and Bendigo in the women's.
And Michaela Miller tosses the ball out.
I think they've just got to really tighten up a bit, Waverley, on how they're using the ball at the moment. Here's Tilly. Drives to the basket, up and under, and the foul's been called again. So that's on Waverley.
I think it's on Fajo, isn't it?
It is. So team penalty, we're going to line. Taylor Lee takes a break for Knox. What does Brendan Gordon have to do to really get his team back on track?
They've got to look at changing up how they're going to beat this full court press. They're running a very deep zone press on them, and Falcons are struggling getting it down there.
So down to 8. Miller for 3. No. Rebound now by Thompson, and now it looks like, oh, almost got there, not quite. Out it goes there. And Sam Lambie almost squatted away in their backcourt. Phillips with it now, because the vice captain of the Knox Raiders. Bounce passes now to Tilly on the right side. Drives in ball now. Thompson lost it, got it back, and it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to Waverley. 19-6 Knox, 2.5 remaining. Drives in, up for 2, and banks it home there by Fujo. So Waverley moves its total 8. 19's the score for Knox. 2 lane remain, out it goes. Of course, takes a break. So Phillips with the ball now for Knox. To Tilly. 30 on the shot clock. 2:04 remaining. Chance in for Knox. Oh, great pass to Tilly. Right on the basket. Foul. Count it. 21-8 now. In favour of Knox, the defending champs are off to the best possible start. Tilly misses the bonus. So Knox have missed their last 3 free throws, and then Miller, unfortunately, throws it away for Waverley. As the ball goes to court number 1. Talking about court 1 in the volleyball courts, it's Frankston 14, Sherbrooke 8. That's with 3:05 remaining in the first. Back to this one. It's a 21-8 lead to Knox. Tilly. Chance for Wiley. Back now to Thompson. Here's Tilly for 3. Got it! Money in the bank there for Millie Tilly. And it's 23-8. Now again, Knox going with the full court press. This time it's been fouled. That's only their 3rd. Ball back in. It's Sam Lambie. Now down here, back to Miller. Down on the shot clock. Back to the right now. Drives in, up for 2, missed. Rebound now, and it'll go to Knox. Tilly with the ball after she passes to Phillips. Back in low now. Here's the 2 on the way. Short. That time now by Gebkus. And off they go down the other end here for Waverley. Lambie. 3. Not shy from that range. She's a very good 3-point shooter, but missed that time. Phillips. To Wiley. Here's the 2 on the way. Misses there by Thompson. And the rebound by Waverley. And off they go now. Miller. Last 20 seconds. Here's the full court press. Miller managed to get that away in the nick of time. Waverley with the ball. Bounce pass at the top. We've got 14 seconds left. 7 on the shot clock. Lambie drives back up to the right. Here's the chance for 2. Short. Rebound now for Knox. And that might force a jump ball. They do. 4.5. Score here is 23-8, 4.5 remaining. Ball back in. Chances squatted away by Waverley. And Miller on the buzzer with a hardcore prayer, misses. And that's where we stand here. 23-8 here in Andrew. How did you see that first quarter?
Well, it's pretty much going as most of the pundits expected. Certainly the boys on BigV TV were suggesting that that Knox was the clear favourite, and it's turning out that way. Robbie Baldwin is an excellent coach. He's got his squad fired up, well drilled, and obviously now with the Siebel squad not being there, they want to take over the mantle. So
this is great to see, and well, what does Waverley have to do to really get themselves back into it?
Well, they literally just have got to run their legs off. They've got to make it as hard as possible for Knox to get down the floor, and they've got to once they get the ball, they've got to charge as quick as they can down the other end, and it's really about self-respect at this point in time. Not worrying about too much what the score is, but getting the little things, winning the little contests. If it's a box out, win the box out. If it's a one-on-one contest against a player who's defending them, they need to beat the defence. So it's these smaller things that will make the difference. Waverley last year was lucky enough to beat the relegation, which of course Hume was relegated.
Correct. Yep.
Hume went down. Interestingly, this is the only competition in the Big V that applies the relegation as strictly. There is some relegation between Div 1 and Div 2, but that's certainly in the youth league. This is the I suppose the feature of youth league is that clubs can in fact aspire to do well enough in the lower division to make it into the top league here, the Victorian Youth Champ League.
Now I do have to correct myself on the score. It's actually 24-8, which is right on live stats in our coverage, which is on the score. It shows 23, but it's actually 24. So 24-8 in favour of Knox. And we're underway here with Waverley with the ball. And here they come. Waverley. I'll go back up the top now. Here's Mercurus. Here's Lloyd, who's in foul problems at the moment. And Tilly with the rebound.
So we've just adjusted our online scores.
23-8. And even though live stats still got it 24. That's all right. Tilly banks it home there for 2, so it's 25-8. Hopefully enjoying this on Falcons TV and also on Smash FM. We're coming to you live from Dandenong. Dean to Lambie. Lambie's good from that range. Passes back to Dean. They've got 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's a 3, short. And I'd like to see what Waverley's percentage is at the moment from the field.
No, I wouldn't say it.
Here's, Nagala's missed it and tries again, missed it again. And then after all that, it goes back to the Waverley Falcons. Scrappy start here early on. 25-8 score in favour of Knox. Let's have a look at the other game. Frankston are cruising past Sherbrooke, 22-10 at quarter time there. And Jack Gaze, not surprising, he top scores with 9. So back to this one. It's 25-8 in favour of Knox. Of course, that Frankston Sherbrooke goes in VYC men as Dean's been fouled by Taylor Lee. Going for 2 shots there. And Andrew, pretty much how Jack Gaze finished the CBL and the Big V season last year. It's pretty much how he started this season so far for Frankston in VYC men in their clash against Sherbrooke.
Yeah, certainly was. Certainly was.
So Dean at line, Banks 1. And makes the next. So 2 from 2 by Taylor Dean. And she'll take a well-in break. No, she's not. Sam Lambie's going to take a well-in break. Of course, Sam's the younger sister of Claire, am I correct?
Yep, Claire taking a year off.
Yep.
She's at the end of her university courses, and she's decided that she's going to focus on study for the year.
And Ott has missed twice now. There's another offensive rebound. Here's Fisher, short. So they've missed the last 7 so far. Here they come down the floor here. Here's a 3 on the way. Missed. Another rebound by Walton. No good. Rebound now by Fisher. And now they've got a 4-on-3 break. Ott drives, missed. And the putback was no good by Agatas. And out it goes. Seems like the shots are not falling here this afternoon. Timeout's been called. Timeout Knox. And Knox with a 25-10 lead here in the second quarter. We're just trailed 7:46 to go here in this second quarter. Just going back to that VYC men's game so far. 22-10 score is in that game. And Jack Gay's leading all comes with 9 points. 6 points to Wilson. And for Sherbrooke, well, all their starters have got 2 points each. 22-10, and looks like Frankston. If Sherbrooke does not pick up the pace now in that VYC men, Frankston and Jack Gaze might find themselves to win in round 1. Sorry, the first part of round 1.
Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me that Frankston's sort of looking the goods at this point in time on that court. But I'll tell you what, it would be a real concern for Sherbrooke if they're not a little bit more competitive in this game.
Well, they've just hit a 3 to close it back to 9. Back to this one. It's 25-10. Knox in front, and Ott's pass, well, didn't really go anywhere. Turnover, and here they come down the other end and deflected out of bounds. 25-10 leading scorers in this game. Bet Ott with 11 points. Out it goes. And Tilly with 9 for Knox. For Waverley, well, they all got 2 points so far, so nothing much on the Waverley scorecard at the moment, but I'm sure they'll pick up by the end of the game. Walton drives, and a foul's been called. So Knox are picking up some fouls now.
Yeah, Walton's new to the squad this season.
She came from Eltham or Bulleen, I think, I'm sure.
Yeah, one of the other clubs there, but she's shown a little bit of determination this game that is really quite promising. Certainly not afraid of the Knox girls at all.
I'm sure she actually came from Bulleen, actually, a couple of seasons ago. Here's Taylor Lee, of course, the grand final MVP. Ott, back to Lee, drives around the screen, managed to get around it eventually. Here's Lee, 3 on the shot clock, gives it back to Fisher, turns it over, here they come now, it's Walton with it now. 2-on-1 break, short, rebound by Dean. Lloyd at the top. Back to the right now is Miller. Now to Nurakis, up there now to Lloyd. Back down the below post now. Miller with 8 on the shot clock. Got it. Great ball movement there by Waverley, Andrew.
Yeah, that was much better. Moving the ball around. Maria Numakudis driving in there and dishing out to Michaela Miller, who was set. And when Michaela is set with her outside shots, she's usually very deadly.
And so is that shot there by Rachel Lucas. And that's a 3. The margin is 16. Bounce pass now. No Curtis. Foul's been called. That's on Lee. That's her second. And, of course, keep in mind, of course, McCallum Miller on defense is guarding Taylor Lee.
Yep.
Well, was guarding Taylor Lee till she came off just then. So Miller will go back into play. Taylor picks up a second. Walton, back to the left. Drives in. Ran into trouble. Managed to keep the dribble. But unfortunately turns it over to probably one of the best Golden Gloves. Well, such thing as the Golden Glove. There's right there, Becca Ott.
Golden hands, you mean?
Golden hands, that's it. I'm trying to figure out what Gary Payton used to be called in the NBA. Show has been called excess against Waverley.
That was a very clever move. The ball got deflected off, and the Waverley player almost managed to turn it into a conversion.
28-12, 5:43 remaining. Here's the two, and I bet we'll have to go line. Shooting two.
This time the first foul on the Falcons for the quarter.
Ott, 11 points, and 1 from 3 at the line. And she's been dangerous so far. Some key stats, 48% by Knox from the field. Waverley just starting to pick it back up. They're at 22%. And funny enough, Andrew, they're almost about the same same amount of attempts. So 30-12 in favour of Knox. 5:44 remaining in this second quarter. Lloyd drives in on Ott, short, and rebound now for Knox. Up they go. Thompson, Phillips, bangs it home. 20 points now. At the moment, the tempo is well and truly in Knox's favour at the moment. Timeout to Waverley. And it's 32-12. Andrew, here halfway through the the second quarter.
Yeah, but a better start to this quarter from Waverley. They're apart from that couple of minute period where they were not being able to beat the full court press, they're certainly looking a lot better at this point in time. So I liked particularly that last passage of play where the Waverley player really did take on the Knox defence, and the result is that they'll have possession close to the basket and with 24 on the shot clock, or 20. Well, actually, it should be 24 on the shot clock because it should have reset.
8-4 run by it's an 8-4 run by in this quarter by Knox. But as you mentioned, Waverley have been very good. Whatever Brendan Gordon was saying at quarter time, it's definitely worked. Stats bench and score bench just trying to figure out, because they're 1 point out at the moment. It might have been that 3 that I called in the first quarter. But back to this one, it's Waverley by a couple points. Sorry, not by a couple points, 20 points to be a fact. Miller with the ball, out it goes from the 14 on the shot clock. Walton, now down the low post. Dean drives, misses. Rebound now. Phillips with the ball. We're coming to you from Dandenong. Hopefully enjoying our coverage on this Labor Day long weekend. Hopefully enjoying it wherever you are across Melbourne and Victoria for that case. Of course, if you're listening around the world, very special good morning, evening or afternoon to you.
Well, talking about around the world, of course, Waverley's ex-Waverley player Georgia Certain is playing for Gonzaga, and
they're doing pretty well too.
Yeah, they're 14-2 or 16-2 for the season, but they're in the regional tournament as the top seeds, as the Waverley Falcons score a quick couple of points.
I don't think they've lost the game in a while.
Gonzaga, no.
No, I think they haven't lost from about 3 months.
No, they lost 2. They lost to Pacific.
Which is Emily Simon's team, of course, who plays at Bulleen.
Yep. And, I thought she was St Mary's.
No. Emily Simons plays at Pacific Tigers.
Yep, so they lost to Pacific and then they lost to San Diego.
I don't think, yeah, that's right.
So,
which actually a game they probably should have won.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, both games. But the important information is that right this very minute they are playing in the tournament against LMU. So
we'll keep you updated on that one.
Yep.
As well. Here's the 2 on the way by Walton Shorts. I tell you what, they would love to have Georgia Stern run the court right now. Waverley. 34-14. Bounce passes now. Here's Lucas. Offensive foul. Good call.
Well, they wouldn't mind Laura, a couple of her teammates as well. Sonny Groninger standing at 6'5" would be quite a useful pickup for Waverley.
Correct. Here's a 3. Short. Rebound now by Lucas. Phillips now to Rourke. Down low post. Ergatis. Inboard now. Back to the top now is Thompson. Now to Rourke for 3. She's dangerous from that range. Short though. And rebound now by Waverley. Miller with the ball. Bounce pass. Back to the right. Miller with the ball. 2:42 remaining. Lloyd. At the top, they got 7 on the shot clock. Walton for 3. She's dangerous too from that range. We've seen that in the Bulleen days. And here comes Phillips. Lucas. Got it. Money in the bank. Margin is 23. 2:16 remaining. Waverley. Miller missed. And a foul has been called, and that's only their second. Timeout's been called. Timeout Knox. And at the moment, we've got a 23-point advantage in favour of Not So Waverley. Knox just starting to get that dominance back again. Let's quickly have a look at the game on the other court. And it's safe to say, Andrew, Sherbrooke's game is just starting to run away from them. It's 35-17 now. 3 minutes remaining in the second. And let's see. Let's have a look at the Jack Gaze. He has 9. He's only played 2 minutes of this quarter. Of course, Chevrolet at the moment with 10 points, top scorers all around there. So 35-17. And Frankston looks like they're on their way to a very, very good win if they can keep it up that way. And Troy, well, for our Big V listeners as well, because we've got George's turn update course for Gonzaga.
Yes, he has, and Gonzaga has just won that game against LMU, 70-50.
Great win.
A very, very good win.
So back to this one. So we'll see how Georgia went in that game in particular. 70-50 score was the win there for Gonzaga. Back to this one, 37-14, and it's a short there. Rebound now by Abby Lloyd and Sam Lambie. Now to Miller. Back to Lambie. Lloyd. To the right side now. Fijo. To Miller. Short. And a foul has been called against Lloyd. That is her third.
And the great thing about that Western Conference, the Big W Conference over in the states that Gonzaga plays in, is that should Gonzaga make the finals, the expected competition will involve Australians as well. So there'll be a minimum of two Australians in the finals, we would expect at this point in time, with a potential of 3 if St Mary's gets up.
Correct. Of course, St Mary's have 4 Australian players in that team at the moment.
4, well, then that changes my numbers then, doesn't it? I thought it was only 2.
St Mary's got 3 in there at the moment. 1 from 2 from Melbourne. Of course, Hannah Kaiser, of course, from this very venue, Dandenong, and actually someone's actually injured here for Knox. So that's not good. Who's that, I wonder? That's Yvette Thompson. So that doesn't look good for Knox. Very key player in this team. Good vice captain last year. That's the play they don't want to lose early on. Here's a 3, short. Rebound now, goes back inboard, and Agata's no good. And the rebound by Lambie. Down the other end now. Fijo, blocked by Agata's got it back though. Lambie doesn't go for the 3. Miller with the ball. Now to Fijo, ran in traffic, got it back up the top here. Now is still Miller. Miller, falling the shot, had to chuck it up, no good. Rebound now. It looks like Yvette Thompson's season might be in jeopardy at the moment for Knox. Phillips, we got 8 seconds, down to 7. Here's 3, got it! Sarah Gipkus has got the Knox lead to 25, 39-14. But Andrew, obviously that's probably the score they're not going to worry about because they've got a very key injury right now, and she doesn't look good at the moment. Not sure what happened actually.
No, I didn't see that at all. But at half time, it's a 39.
And closing on halftime, VYC men, Andrew, and it's 38-19 in favour of Frankston. So Sherbrooke got a bit of work to do.
We certainly do, as we reset ourselves for the
Third quarter.
Third quarter, yeah.
Correct. So what we'll do, we might take a break and then we'll come back for the second half action right after this. Yes, welcome everyone back here to Dandenong, and about to get underway in the second half. 39-14 here is the score here as we get underway here, and it is Steph Phillips to get us underway here for the Knox Raiders, going to the right of your radio dials or right of your TV screens, wherever you are, of course, watching this on the computer. Here's Taylor Lee, drives to the basket and banks it home. The margin is now 27. Waverley with the ball now. Watson on HV Bundura score. We're just underway here on the back to sleep third quarter. Dean with the ball now. Swings it back to the top. It's Walton. Drives down the baseline. No good as it goes to Lloyd. Turns it over. Here comes Knox. It's Ott. Now to Lee. Left side. Lee drives. Bounce passes to Phillips on the 1-2. Banks it home. 43-14. 29-point lead. Here comes Waverley now. Bounce passes in low. It curves back to Lloyd. Here's Miller. Here's Dean. Drives now on the baseline. Up for two on the way. Short. Rebound now by Lee. And off they go now for Knox. Fisher to Lee. Margin is 29. Fisher. Guarded by Dean. Goes down to Ott in the low post. And base off the glass. The margin now is 31. 45-14. Knox in front. Miller. Great pass to Dean, who got blocked. And rebound we go. Lee. To Phillips. Now to Ott at the top. Fisher right at the top now. Guarded by Dean. Down low. Ott for three. Short. Out it goes. It goes back to the Knox Raiders. Hopefully enjoying this on Smash FM and Falcons TV, wherever you are. Ball back in. Thompson. Just had an injury early on in that second quarter. She's okay. And Taylor Lee does something she rarely does, is travel. So, 45-14. That's right, you heard it right. 45-14 for people who just joined our coverage. Now Curtis ran into trouble, turns it over. Here comes Knox, Bet Ott. The golden hand, of course, loves to steal the ball. Lee, now to Thompson. Fisher, Ott down low post, 6 on the shot clock. Gives it to Phillips, back to Ott, stripped away, turns it over. Miller now with the ball. Great stealing by Walton. Walton tries to go for Lloyd, and then a foul's been called.
Lloyd's been hit in the face there.
Tell you what, it's
completely accidental, but it's
Fisher picks up a foul. It's only first for Knox. Sam Lambie goes back on. Because Ott has 13 of Knox's points. 45-14 score. Bounce passes to, well, no one in particular, but it got kicked out of bounds. And it goes to Knox. Foul's been called against Walton. That's her first. Oh, sorry, first team. And that is her first personal. Ball back into play. 45-14 score. Ott. Left side now. Here's Thompson. Well, got that home. Margin now is 33. And this game's done a slip away now for Waverley. Lambie. Got it! She can shoot from the outside. And the margin is 31. First points in the half for Waverley. Drives in. Up. No. Goes back to Waverley. Just starting to get a bit of a lull at the moment. Going through a bit of the motions here in this game so far, Andrew.
Yeah, we certainly are. Certainly are. Waverley just hasn't been able to come out with the intensity that that they showed at the end of the second period.
And well,
and Knox is just a waiting game for them. They're just waiting for a mistake, and there's one right there.
Correct, Millie missed that one. Felix with the ball now. Lee. It doesn't matter which game we would have covered this in the first game. It wouldn't make any difference. Out it goes back to Knox because Andrew, in VYC men, Frankston are leading by 25 over Sherbrooke, 48-23. 6:18 remain in the third quarter. So it doesn't matter which game we would have covered. It's now 50-23 in that game. Jack Gates with 11, 12 to Cheverley. Ball back in, it's Sophie Rourke. Oh, great pass to Agatis, and she banks on that too. Margin now is 43, 49-16, so that's a 33-point lead. Lambie, left side, Nurkitis drives, back up to Lloyd, who misses. Lee, to Tilly. Ott. Bounce passes in low. Scrambles, and Sam Lambie has forced a jump ball. And a go to Waverley. And it's safe to say, you can't make mistakes against Knox.
No, they're just too polished.
As you mentioned, coached by a very good coach in Robbie Baldwin. Walton, short, and rebound now, and up they come. Lee, Lloyd squatted out of there, and here they come now for Waverley. There Curtis, back to Walton. Now this is at Dara. Back down low. Here's the two for Lloyd. Short. She's been off her game today. There Curtis back to Lloyd. Tries again. Misses. Tell you what, she hasn't missed by much, Andrew Abby Lloyd.
But she's still missed though.
That's true. Aragatis now. Back to the top. You can see the D9 men's players on the top left of your screen. Waiting for the next game. As Taylor Lee, easily as she goes, banks at home. Timeout Waverley. 51-16 with 4:17 remaining. And Andrew, safe to say, it's a bit of a full-on conclusion.
Yeah, as I said before, really this is all about self-respect for Waverley. Making certain that they can actually get something out of this game, other than because it wasn't going to be a win right from the word go. Right, about 2 minutes into the game, that was fairly obvious. But again, you know, try and win the little things. That, you know, sort of don't throw the ball out. You know, all the little coaching points that you would want to see. Win the box outs. You know.
Well, at the moment, VYC men, Frankston leads by 26. But just going back to this one, 45 attempts from the field to 43. So they're pretty even. But Waverley are shooting at 16% to Knox 49%.
Yeah, and a lot of that is the pressure that Knox is putting on them. So a lot of the shots that are going up are a bit out of control. They're not balanced on the shots.
And turnovers are pretty even at 12-11. Rebounding, though, is 33-18 in favour of Knox. So back to this one. We have a 51-16 advantage. Walton drives, and she has caused a foul here.
Yeah, look, I've liked her game today. I really have. She's injected energy. She's injected enthusiasm. I've really liked what she's done.
1 from 7 from the field. None from 2 at the line. Well, that's changed. It's now 1 from 3 at the line. She has 3 points, 3 turnovers, 2 steals in this game. Of course, the stats don't always reflect on how the game's panning out. 51-17 in favour of Knox as Arrogatis bakes it home there, and the margin is 36 points. 53-17. Back down low now. Battle trying to go for Walton on the left hand baseline. But out it goes. Picture perfect quarter so far, or picture perfect game for Knox, pretty much. Walton. Down low now. This is chance here now. Lloyd to Lambie. On the shot. Has to go for a floater. No good. Rebound now by Tilly. And here they come up the floor. And then they turn it over in their backcourt. Nick Curtis now. Back to Lambie. Now to Lloyd. Sorry. Denonga now. Back to Lambie. Now to Lloyd down low post. Swings again. Misses. Tell you what, she hasn't missed by much today. It's going to eventually fall. Lee to Tilly. To Ott. Now, just let you know, this is the third quarter. 2:40 remaining. There it goes. Shot clock violation.
Great defence then from the Falcons, and Maria Numakurtis finishing it off with that block. And that's what I'm talking about. Those are the little things that you want to win, you know.
Correct.
Again, one of the coaches that I like listening to, one of the female coaches actually over in the States, she coaches for in Miami, talks about winning every 3 minutes, breaking the game down into 3-minute segments and winning the 3 minutes. And that's what you want to do. So just win the next 3, the next 3, the next 3. Don't worry what the score says.
And Lloyd will go line this time. Lloyd is none from 9 and from the field. And it's her first time at the free throw line. Well, that might get her shooting back. Baked one to come. Oh, of course, there's the commentator's curse when it comes to that. Missed the second one from 2 for Abby Lloyd. It's 53-18, 35-point lead. Watson on HB Bandura scoreboard. This is the back to sleep third quarter. 2 minutes remaining on Falcons TV and Smash FM. This is Morton VYC first round matchup. There Curtis had nowhere to go. You had to pass it off now. And here's Lambie. Right side now. Fidjo. Long pass. Always got stolen away by Rourke. Out it goes. Of course, Rourke is heavily scrapped there in the arm, which showed the shoulder. An offensive foul against Waverley, because she injured that last round of the season against Ballarat. I think Lloyd's just picked up, yeah, Abby Lloyd's just picked up foul number 4.
Yeah, called hanging on to the jersey.
53-18, minute 35 to go. Lambie done very well. She does very well and forces a possession back to Waverley. (53-18), 1:24 remaining. There occurs now. Drives to Fridge on the left. Back to the top. Uh-oh, Lambie's dangerous. Oh, there we go. downtown, banks it home, and the margin is 32. And tell you what, Andrew, Sam Lambie has come alive in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, she's a good little player.
She's currently guarding Thompson at the moment. That is Giptus she's guarding at the moment. Down the other end now, New Curtis now down around the baseline, back up the top by Frijo. Here's Lambie again in that same spot. Goes back for 3 on the way, short. And here they come up the other end here. 4-on-2 break. And Argadas was the reception of that one and banks it home. Margin now is 34. There it occurs now. Back to Lambie. Lambie drives. Popped out. Got it back now. There it occurs back to Lambie. 8 on the shot clock. Lambie goes inboard, turns it over. Down the other end, and Rourke. Foul will count it. Frijo with the foul, and it is Sophie Rourke going to the line, shooting the bonus. And another player who's done pretty well for Waverley today is the point guard there, Maria Nurikutis, who's been everywhere, especially trying to get the offensive boards. And she always got a defensive rebound that time. And that would do as Sam Lambie goes for the half-court prayer, no good. And that is it here at three-quarter time here at Dandenong. 57-21, Andrew. And, well, look, we saw some glimpses of signs for Waverley in that quarter, but not as they typically, being a defending champ, put the pedal back to go back in their favour. Yeah,
again, you know, as I was saying earlier, you know, win 3 minutes, then worry about the next 3 minutes. And they've had a couple of periods there where that looked very promising, but you know, they've just got to do it consistently now. So, restrict, get their score up to about the 30 mark. So another 9 points would be useful, and try and restrict Knox to no more than another 10 points. So if they can do that, you know, that's a win on the quarter. And that's really what you'd be looking to try and achieve, I'd say.
BYC men, well,
it's all over.
It's looking ugly. Yeah. 61-29. Frankston are running away with that game. On the back of a 21-8 third quarter, Jack Gaze, well, he actually haven't done much at all. He's played 21 minutes, only 11 points. Everyone else has contributed from Frankston, and Frankston off to the best possible start in VYC men, beating a finalist from last year in Sherbrooke by 32 so far late in that third quarter.
Yeah, and Guy's role there, knowing that he's been selected into the Siebel squad, his role will be to distribute the ball, to get other people involved and bring them on for when he can't actually be there for those youth league games.
So back to this game, 57-21. Got a bit of work to do. Knox with possession. Here we go. Next up is Dandenong and Hawthorn, VYC men, which that will be a thrilling game, that will be. Lee. Tilly, short. Rebound now. Well, I think Waverley's best play so far in Nerakutis. And Frijo's missed it. Rebound now. She has 3. She's playing with 3 fouls at the moment. Lee. I think Lee's playing with 3 too for Knox. Drives in, up and under. Missed. Taylor again, short. Here's Marian Nerakutis. Got nowhere to go. She's got a 1-on-5 here. But she cool and calm as she went. She stops it there. Sam Lambie with the ball, lost it, got it back to Free Joe. Down the shot clock. Here's New Chris, 5 on the shot clock. Down to 3, had their way of the shot clock. Oh, just, but missed completely. Out it goes. Abby Loy is about to come back on. She's playing with 4 fouls so far. While we've got a bit of a lull in this game at the moment. How did Georgia go in today's Gonzaga's 20-point win over LMU?
She played 26 minutes. She's started every one of the games as their starting point guard.
And she's a freshman too.
Yeah. No, she's a junior.
Oh, sorry, junior. Sorry, junior.
She did 2 years at a junior college.
Yep.
At North Idaho, as you know, because you spoke to them quite a lot, and they're a great organisation. They're very happy to get engaged and talk to you and so on, which is great. But anyway, she's in her first year at the 4-year college Gonzaga. She started with 26, and whilst she didn't score too much, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. So again, her role is very, very different at Gonzaga. It's not to be the main scoring threat, but to distribute the ball. And if you watch any of their games, you'll see that the ball goes through her just on every play. She'll be touching the ball at least 3 or 4 times each play, getting it into the bigs of the post or getting it to the informed shooting guards of County Albanese and Ellie Tinkle at the moment. So they're doing really well. But they certainly walked away with that game.
Of course, that's played at Orleans Arena in Las Vegas in Nevada. Yeah. And I would say it's not really a typical, for everyone, if they think of Las Vegas, not really a typical basketball town, city there, but, and Taylor Lee's just got pinged with a 4th in this game, but good start for Gonzaga. Of course, they haven't lost a game in 3 months.
No, as I said, we had this conversation before, Will, and of course they have actually lost 2 games in that 3 months.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right. Sorry. You're correct, Andrew.
Yeah.
So back to this one. Now they've got to hurry up here. Lloyd. And that's a shot clock violation right there. Great. Another turnover.
Yeah.
Don't forget, round 1, the actual round 1 starts next week for all BigV games. As Thompson goes out and is out of bounds.
Yeah, that's for all of the other divisions except for the one we're watching at the moment, which is this is the first half of round 1 for these guys. So these are serious games.
And it's 4 wins and losses too. So
Yep.
Well, technically points for everyone playing at home. Great 3 there for Millie Tilly. No, just a 2. Sorry, my mistake there. I'm just looking at the scoreboard when I was calling that. Might have had her foot on the line, so margin is back to 38. 7.5 remaining. Miss there for Waverley. Here comes Taylor Lee. Lee drives. Banks it home, and I tell you what, she's a great point guard, and no wonder she won the grand final MVP in that win against Bulleen. Talking about Bulleen, we'll see them in 2 games' time against Dandenong. 61-21. Here's a 3 there by Lambie. Short. A rebound now by Taylor Lee. Now drives in this time. Dyson misses. Rebound now for... That is Lloyd. Here's No Curtis. I'll eventually get that name right by when the season rolls on. Here's Lambie. back to the right. Here's Walton. Banks it home. That's not Walton. That's Duraro actually scoring that one. So margin now is 38. Lee around the screen. Oh, drives all the way and too easy that time, Andrew. She just made her way drive around that baseline.
Yeah, Abby Lloyd very conscious of her 4 fouls. She had her beaten and pulled back out of the contact.
So Waverley down by 40 now. 63-23, as you can see on our scoreboard in the left-hand corner. And Lee, again, she has made some huge baskets in this one. And Taylor Lee just says, thank you very much. I'll go to the free throw line and make the 2. It's very sedate now, isn't it? Out here, Andrew. Not really not much cheering going on.
Yeah, the steam definitely went out of this game at halftime.
65-23. Dean foul. So all you can hear at the moment is probably the ourselves and the referees out there.
Oh, the teams are yelling a bit.
And the teams a bit. Sorry.
But look, it's really great to see all of the people in the crowd who, of course, are here to watch other games, and quite a number of the other players have been in watching as well. So we've got people from Diamond Valley, Coburg, Mornington.
I can see Warrandyte and Werribee.
And that's the great thing about this tournament. I know there are quite a number of people who perhaps are critical of it, but this is the one time in the season that all divisions play together, or
in the one place.
In the one place.
Lee again, short.
Great drive though. Great drive.
I tell you what though, Taylor Lee has been absolutely everywhere in the last 3 minutes. And funny enough, Andrew, we'll be joined by Taylor Lee after this game.
Good.
So we'll have a chat with her. And, of course, her vice-captain is Steph Phillips as well. Of course, Taylor Lee's the captain. Oh, great shot there for 3, that time by Michaela Miller. And the margin is back to 39. Leave it now, because Taylor Lee, well, could have gone to a Seaboard team, but elected not to, elected to play. She's a one-club player, so she decided to help the VYC team out, which is great to see. And unfortunately, Andrew, you don't get to see much, well, almost these days, you don't get to see much one-team players, one-club players.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, though, it is quite hard to stay with one club all the way through your season, or your career.
Of course, a couple of the Knox players who would normally play in Seaball has gone elsewhere. Of course, last year's Knox Championship captain VYC Sam Castles has gone to Sandringham with the blessing of the Knox Raiders because she wanted to play Seaball. Of course, a couple of Knox Seaball players have all gone elsewhere. 2 of them have gone to Ballarat. That's a fair way to go to. So, margin is back to 42 points. Now, 4:13 remaining. Coming up next, Dandenong and Hawthorn, VYC men. Here's a 3, a long 3 for Miller, short. Rebound now by Dean. They'll reset. Turns it over as it goes to Abby Lloyd. Here's a chance here Oh, sure. Well, couldn't get the ball in time, but still their ball deflected out of bounds. And a timeout's been called. Timeout. Margin now is 42. Let's have a look at that Sherbrooke-Frankston game. And, well, we're at the moment, Andrew, we have neck and neck with that game in regards to margins. 4:40 remaining. It's 77-38 to Frankston.
Yeah, I think I can call that one quite comfortably.
Yep, I agree with that one. So, good start by Frankston in BYC, man, who were very disappointing last year. Didn't make it to the finals last year. And coming up next, Andrew, we're going to see a VYC men's game between Dandenong and Hawthorn. And, of course, that's on this court. And, of course, on the other court, VYC women, Frankston and Bendigo. And I actually tipped Bendigo to beat Frankston by about 20 on the BigV segment with Justin Nelson midweek. So...
So, which way did Justin go?
Bendigo.
Bendigo.
But not by that much. Back to this one. Oh, and the pass there for what?
Well, who was it for? Yeah.
Didn't know where that went that time. As Lloyd with the ball. Miller lost it, and here they come. It's a one-on-one race. Walton who picks it up in the backcourt. Got a double team going here, and then the foul's been called for reaching. Not by much, though, Andrew, but it's a reaching foul.
Yeah, Miller telegraphed that move. The Knox players read it beautifully.
Ball back in. Walton. Long pass out to Dean. Dean now, here's a two on the way. Short. Miller with another offensive rebound. She's a well-known rebounder. If my memory serves me correct. Miller drives. Back up. Lloyd got to around the shot clock. Got to go now. Lloyd, and a foul's been called with 1 second on the shot clock. And that puts him in the bonus. And you know, Andrew, I agree with you. I think Shelby Walton is a great pickup for Waverley. I think with the experience she's had at Bulleen and Eltham, it's a great pickup, and she really has done some great things so far for Waverley today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about the men's, here's Hawthorn. Just turned up. Ready for a big, big battle.
Yeah, and they're a relatively new look team as well.
Of course, last season was their first season, I think, was in VYC, man.
Yep.
Actually, no. Yeah, no, it was.
And, of course, they had DMAC coaching them.
And I'm just trying to figure out who their coach is. I don't think they've got DMAC. No, Sean King's their coach this year.
That's right, yeah.
And based on that time, there's Bet Ott. Margin is 44. Well, oh, to travel. Well, unlucky there by Lucas, because I think she thought she had a foul there. .2:23 remaining. Next is Dandenong and Hawthorn, right here on Smash FM and Falcons TV. 2:23 remaining in this one. Here's Dean for two. Short. Rebound now, and off they go. This is Willie on the far side. Oh, Wiley meant to say. Here's a two on the way. Banks on there by Aragardicus. And the margin is 46. Foul. It's on Fisher. And actually, funny enough, Andrew, we've actually got, we still got the other team's almost catching up to us on margins. 44 points now with minute 32. 82-38, Frankston over Sherbrooke.
Mm-hmm.
And we're only 46 the difference here. Dean missed the first. Now we're tied on the margins. 86-40 in the other game. 72-27. Well, they've pretty much almost got their second team on the court right now, Knox. Well, I shouldn't say second team. They're pretty good players, their second team. And a three down there from downtown there by Lucas. And it's a 48-point advantage. Dean with it now. 75-27 at the moment. And that's a three by Michaela Miller. That's a bit unusual. Substitutions here. So, Michaela Miller just says, hey, take that, I can shoot a 3 too. 35-30. Down low, lost it, got it back into play. Oh. And somehow it's still Knott's ball.
Well, they've made it up to the 30, which is good, but they didn't hold Dandenong down to the 10 as well. So, you know, that's a bit disappointing.
Here's Phillips, another two. So that pushes the score up to 77-30. 52 seconds left in the other game. It's 86-40. Frankston leading Sherbrooke. Here's Miller again. Oh, short that time. Rans in and out. And here they come down the other end here for Knox. Stolen away that time by Dean and out it, stepped out of bounds. Unlucky, and she knows it. Ball back into play. 77-30. 47 points the margin. Back to the top, back to left now. Drives in, up for two. Misses that time here by Dyson. And the rebound now, and off they go. Long pass out to the left. Walton. Inbound now as they swing the ball. This is Phillips, back out to the top. Here's Miller. Now to Walton. Back to the top now is Dean. 8 on the shot clock. We're less than 18 seconds left into the Pawtucket minutes. Short that time. And still there by Fisher. And here they come. 8 seconds left. Lucas. Back now. 2 on the shot. Rockers hit the 3. 2 seconds left is a 50-point advantage. And that is it. Knox win this game 80-30. And coming up next is Dandenong and Hawthorn. Hopefully enjoying our coverage here. Falcons TV and Smash FM will be taking a break and we'll come back for BYC men's action and also be joined by Taylor Lee and Steph Phillips from the Knox Raiders after this.